through South China Sea. Really, many countries pass by this South China Sea. So it's one of the world's busiest trading route. And this is the statistics according to writings on the South China Sea. About $5.3 trillion worth of goods transits through this region annually. Out of this total, 1.2 trillion accounts for trade with the United States. So United States was a very important this sea route. Almost one third of this volume. So it's not, this sea problem is not only Philippine Vietnam problem. This sea route occupied by China, and they control, and they think there is their own sea territory. If they levy tax, and if they blockade by Navy, big problem for USA also. Then other $4.1 trillion, majorly other countries, especially Korea and Japan, get through this Philippine Sea. This South China Sea dispute is not only Philippine and China something sea territorial disputes or island disputes. More wide angle, we have to see these disputes and China's one-sided declaration of a whole sea belong to China. You see 9-dash line, meaning 90% of this South China Sea belong to them. So despite the significant changes in world trade, the 5.3 trillion figure has remained consistent since late 2010. This volume never changed. So this highlights the continued importance of the South China Sea in global shipping. Yeah, this is my answer.
How much commerce travel through the South China Sea?
There is the UN, estimates. So those commerce sea trade, volume in this sea. United Nations Conference on Trade and Development estimates that $3.37 trillion, or 21% of all global trade, transited through this South China Sea in 2016 statistics. This significant amount of demonstrates the economic significance of this maritime region. 7 claimants, namely China, Brunei, Indonesia, Malaysia, the Philippines, Taiwan, and Vietnam. I'm more focused on 5 maritime Southeast Asia Sea. They are the nations directly involved this sea area. So Taiwan, Philippines, Malaysia, Brunei, and Vietnam. Sorry, Indonesia is out of a maritime Southeast Asia country. So, but we call 7 countries, including China, including Indonesia. But my concern is 5 countries: Taiwan, Philippines, Brunei, Malaysia, Vietnam. And the sea area on that area. So within this area, the trade dynamics, this is 21% of all global trade.
Okay, sir, progressing over. What's USA Embassy in Manila response about recent China's Navy maneuver, Manila, March 22nd, 2025?
It's very recent news. I have to explain the U.S. Embassy comment. The United States condemned the dangerous maneuvers of a Chinese Navy helicopter that endangered the safety of a Philippine government aircraft patrolling a disputed shore in the South China Sea. Its ambassador to Manila said on Wednesday. In a post on X, Ambassador Mary Kay Carlson also called on China to refrain from coercive actions and settle its disputes peacefully in accordance with international law. We are same position, Philippines. Really, we Philippines sue China's illegal declaration, 2016, United Nations, International Court of Justice. We won. But we have next plan, our Philippine patriot, former, Justice Antonio Carpio declared 23 December in Malaysia, Malacca Islam University seminar. He will sue again in soon to United Nations Convention of Law, International Court of Justice, their illegalness of 9-dash line, plus change name Southeast Asia Sea, not South China Sea, by historical definition. So our Southeast Asia Commonality Research Foundation, we studied and researched past 10 years with Vietnam and Philippines and Malaysia National University, and we concluded the name of this area surrounded by 5 maritime countries should be Southeast Asia Sea, not South China Sea. The location of South China Sea is above the 20-degree north latitude between Hainan Island and then Strait of Taiwan. Above. In Philippines, above the Batanes Island, above. That is the South China Sea. In their history, in Chinese history also, location is there.
How ASEAN nations shape South China Sea policies around China?
Southeast Asian countries seek to maintain ties with China. Yeah, we hope maintain friendship ties while safeguarding maritime sovereignty. This year, 2025, Indonesia became the first Southeast Asia member of BRICS bloc led by China. But Indonesia had always insisted that China's so-called 9-dash line, which it uses on its maps to claim historic rights over most of the South China Sea, has no legal basis. Indonesia also, they said, as seen in a note verbal to the United Nations in May 2020.
Why all the parties of education in ASEAN countries will publish new geography textbook including Southeast Asia Sea on the new map of historical definition?
I believe the professors, researchers' main duty is definition of history, definition of value, definition of common sense, something to define, to make a standard. That is the professor and researcher's main duty. We have a right definition about the location of the sea, every sea. We need it. Who have to do? Researchers, professors, they have to define. The right definition is the basic foundation of the good country, good neighborship. Education is more powerful than military, I believe, and everybody believe. And defining justice of history is the main role of education. Our Seacom, Southeast Asia Commonality Research Foundation Incorporation, has researched the commonality and common problem and common solution in history, especially pre-colonial history. We researched till 2019. After that, after colonial history and culture of the Southeast Asian countries since 2013. The Southeast Asia Sea, we say Southeast Asia Sea, has been historically defined that it had been located just below 20 degree north latitude to the equator through the Southeast Asia Sea should be guaranteed and protected by the UN, the freedom of sailing, freedom of navigation. This Southeast Asia Sea should be guaranteed and protected by United Nations and encouraged and should publish new map of Southeast Asia Sea in their school textbook that will keep the freedom of navigation through this sea. This sea cannot belong to anybody, belong to everybody, and should be public sea, should be regional sea for freedom of sailing and navigation. Naming Southeast Asia Sea, we call NSEAS, NSEAS, campaign had been started from Philippines and Malaysia by university professors and students and spread to Vietnam, Brunei, and Taiwan, South Korea, Japan, USA. We hope from this year, Korea, Japan, USA, also same thing happened. They change map in Southeast Asia map, South China Sea, move up to right, horizontally between Hainan Island and the Strait of Taiwan, above the 20-degree north latitude, the sign mark South China Sea. Then vertically below 20-degree north latitude to equator, Southeast Asia Sea. So this new map should be published by Department of Education in Southeast Asian country and South Korea and Japan and USA. And Europe, why not? So we believe the right definition of the Southeast Asia Sea will keep the free navigation and then peaceful sailing in this regional sea. So through this new geography textbook, generation by generation, they will compromise each other, this area, sea area, for free navigation and free trade route forever. So this is my answer. So at last I hope NSEAS, Naming Southeast Asia Sea campaign, should be spread. All the schools, teachers, they have some short lecture, and then our Seacom want to encourage them, give them some campaign, who's t-shirts and or maps or caps, and then any country they want to publish book, we want to support some fund. And also our Philippine great our Philippine patriot Justice Antonio Carpio prepared to sue to United Nations Convention of the Law, International Court of Justice, about this 9-dash line. We want to, even small, we want to support him. That is the reason why I have an interview with this. Thank you. God bless you.